On a chilly evening in the serene town of Fairgrove, the autumn leaves crunched under the feet of those passing by, while the street lights flickered under the chilling wind's weight. The town was calm, except for the occasional car honk or the distant conversations of individuals. Returning home after a long day amidst this tranquility, a scruffy homeless dog meandered through the streets. His fur was tangled, and his ribs faintly showed through the dust that adhered to him. He was merely another stray, unwanted, and overlooked. Yet his dark eyes contained a silent, desperate request for kindness. The dog paused close to a small grocery store, sniffing the air. Attracted by the scent of freshly baked bread, his tail gave an almost imperceptible wag as he crept closer to a boy standing outside, eating a sandwich. The boy, around the age of 12, was named Ryan. He had stuffed his hands into the pockets of his thin jacket, his expression tight. He had just departed home after yet another argument with his father, and frustration simmered in his chest as he bit into his sandwich. He noticed the dog inching toward him, eyes fixed longingly on the food. He held Ryan's face twisted in annoyance. "Go away!" he snapped. The dog halted but did not retreat. He whimpered softly, lowering his head. Still hoping for a morsel, Ryan's fists clenched. "I said leave me alone." His voice was sharper this time. Infused with anger, he took a step forward, waving his arms to shoo the dog away. The poor creature recoiled and stumbled backward, his tail tucking between his legs. The moment lingered, and for a fleeting second, Ryan felt a pang of guilt as he observed the dog's fearful eyes. But before he could contemplate further, something unimaginable occurred. A loud screech reverberated through the air. Ryan hardly had time to react before he witnessed a car speeding towards him, its headlights blinding, tires skidding on the wet pavement. Time seemed to slow. He was frozen. But then a blur of fur and movement. The homeless dog surged forward, crashing into Ryan with surprising force. The impact sent the boy sprawling onto the sidewalk just as the car narrowly missed him. Ryan lay there, heart racing, realization washing. Over him, like a cold wave, the dog had saved his life, shaking. He turned his head to see the animal lying a few feet away, whimpering softly. Ryan scrambled toward him, panic surging. "No, no, no," he muttered, his hands poised over the dog's frail body. His breath hitched when he spotted a small cut on the dog's leg, likely from the pavement, but the injury wasn't too severe. A rush of emotion overwhelmed Ryan. This dog, whom he had just yelled at, whom he had treated cruelly, had risked his life for him. Tears filled his eyes as he gently stroked the dog's head. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I didn't mean to be mean to you." The dog let out a soft whimper, licking Ryan's trembling hand for the first time. Ryan truly perceived him not merely as another stray, but as a soul longing for love with determination. He scooped the dog into his arms and dashed home. His father, David, opened the door, startled to see his son breathless, carrying an injured dog. "What, he saved my life, Dad?" Ryan exclaimed, his voice cracking. "I was about to get hit by a car, and he pushed me out of the way. Please, we can't leave him outside." David recognized the desperation in his son's eyes and the sincerity in his voice without uttering a word. He stepped aside, permitting Ryan to bring the dog inside that night. As Ryan sat beside the sleeping stray, he reflected on how just hours earlier he had been filled with anger, ready to push everything and everyone away. Yet the very creature he had rejected had been the one to save him. He whispered, "You're not just a stray anymore, you're family." Months went by, and the dog, now named Buddy, became an inseparable part of Ryan's life. The once homeless pup had transformed. His coat shiny and his body strong, but more significantly, Ryan had changed too. He had become more patient, more compassionate, and more aware of the worth of kindness. Buddy had not only saved Ryan's life, he had altered it forever. The moral of the story is that kindness should never be an afterthought sometimes. Those we push away are the ones who would do anything for us.